Hey folks, how are you? Hope everyone is doing great. This is going to be a short stream, but go through it. Let me set up some changes. Yeah, I think this looks much better. Okay, cool. Let me pop out this chat. This is the end. Hold your breath and. Okay. Okay, folks. So, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm here to answer anything related to your career, your personal goals, things like that. If you want, we can also do a quick resume review. And as mentioned, this is going to be a shorter stream. It's pretty late where I am, but I'm trying to make sure to at least go through the stream. So, yeah, feel free to ask any questions that you have. Let me see some settings that who is able to comment and stuff like that. Also, the other thing is, I plan to do more live streams, but it would be difficult for me to do it since I'm not able to put like as much emphasis on each one of you. So I want to create like a career booster series, and I plan to do it like member only, like in April. So maybe starting from next week. So if you have any questions or like if you want to be part of it, just make sure that you become member. Reason it's going to be members only, it's because I don't have time to put like enough emphasis on each one of them, and I can't like take every single one of you's question. So that's why this is going to be like a dedicated series where members would only be able to post questions, and then I would basically just go ahead and answer them, and it would be like very detailed curation to make sure that we go through like each of the preparation journey. Like um so Nikhil, why are you feeling lost? Feel free to let me know, maybe I can help. Yeah, so I was saying that I plan to do that. Hopefully it would be helpful. But anyways, let's see. A random guy. I haven't thought of creating Discord so far, but seems like a good idea. I'll probably create one and use it for communication. Getting internship advice for a second year student, start applying at bunch of different places. Make sure that how can you get as many number of interviews, because getting interviews is tougher, and that's where most of the people lack. So that make sure that you have good resume, good projects, reach out to your seniors, and just keep on applying at bunch of different companies. I know it's easier said than done, but you have to keep on doing it. You are suffering from getting a job in at least service company. What to do? So red velvet, I can only suggest you that um, keep applying, man. I know a lot of people go through the same problem, and I know every one of you that I'm going to chat, most of you are going to have the same exact same question, that I'm not able to get a job, I'm not able to do this. So that's the only way to go forward. A random guy is asking that what are the popular DSA topics for um, DSA topics for Q. OA and question, medium level questions are enough for that. Um, what is OA? Popular DSA topics for, is it for placements? Any particular typical company? What is OA? I'm not sure about that, but anyways, more or less, yeah. Popular DSA topics, pretty much all of them. It's hard to pinpoint because let's say you prepare everything like dynamic programming and graph and like all the tough ones, and then maybe they ask questions from stack. What would you do in that case? So there isn't like one correct answer for each one of them. I think it's like pretty much all the topics are important. You can skip some questions and some like smaller questions, maybe topics like I would say like arrays and things like that, because anyways you would learn that. Oh, you mean online assessment? I think online assessment, I have given bunch of online assessments for like Microsoft, sorry, for Amazon and companies like that, and most of them used to be that how would you like most of them used to be based on I would say hashing and somewhat like graph or tree related problems. That's what I personally felt. Majority of them were medium, so I think medium questions should be enough. But yeah, can't say for sure. Wanted to move abroad having 4.5 years of experience working with Walmart. That's pretty good. I think you have good odds of getting into Walmart. Refresh Java. Vishal is saying that, sir, I am 2023 past and I'm not getting a job. What should I do? Start applying and keep on applying at more places. That's the only advice I can give you. It's hard, but it's the truth. Um, by the way, sorry for the constant back and forth with the UI. I'm still trying to make sure that how to properly optimize in such a manner that questions do appear apparent on the screen and I don't like lose out a lot on my face. Folks, do you think we should do resume review series? Last time when we did the resume reviews, a lot of people benefited from it. I think it would be nice. We can do some quick resume reviews. So let me just paste down the Google Drive link and you can paste your resume over there. Just make sure that all the resumes that you have, they are no longer like they don't contain your personal information. So delete all your personal information and then upload your resume over here and I will start reviewing them one by one. By the way, if you don't know, there has been like a massive update based on my last video. Like everyone remembers all the issues with the Code Monk and things like that. That the website Code Monk Academy was stealing my content and then putting it on their website and then charging people 1500 rupees for that. Apparently, after I made the video public, they deleted their website. They deleted their entire website and they deleted their Instagram page. So one way it's like kind of sad because anyone who paid money to purchase the courses and they needed access to those courses, I'm pretty sure that their access is completely lost. But on the other side, on the flip side, I'm happy because now they will no longer be conning any other student in the future, at least using my name. So I think it's a win. I still feel pretty sad on whatever like the BS that they did, and a lot of people lost their money on that. So that's a pretty heartbreaking stuff. But anyways, in the end, something good came out of it. So if anyone any of you wants to review your resume, I have pasted a link over here. Just go ahead, upload your resume. Make sure that you don't put any of your personal information over here. So whatever your like phone number, email address, whatever, just delete that stuff from your resume and then upload it on this website, and I would go ahead and review that resume. So I would give you my personal suggestions and things that in my opinion you should be doing. Also, one more thing. Lastly, when I did the live stream, someone asked me that most of the resumes struggle to have something unique, something awesome. So that something unique and something awesome is especially tough for us, for a student, because students does not even have that much experience working in real life. So how can they have like a resume that outshines most of the stuff? And in my personal opinion, what I found most useful is that you can, instead of waiting for like basically just things to happen, you can create some awesome projects. But then someone asked me that which projects to create and how it's going to be helpful and things like that. So what I used to do is, I created some projects that you can use as your projects, and I would be making a couple of videos on that. So I have selected two projects. In my opinion, they are like pretty easy to make, not very expensive, but it's something that would look cool. One is a project that is combination of IoT. So basically, there is some hardware involved, and then there is Arduino that we will use, and then we would deploy some code into the microcontroller and then try to have a real life application using that. So I'm going to build a video on that, how to do it. The whole thing costed me about like $80. So I would say maybe like 80 Canadian dollars. So I would say 60 US dollar, or about 4 to 5,000 Indian rupees. But that project is super cool because the product that I'm going to build is actually like $1 billion in industry. And then that is something that we will try to make in just 1 or 2 hours. So a lot of people would be able to benefit from that. So if you are a student and if you have like maybe $60 or $80 spare that you can spend on a personal project, I think that is going to be a really good one, and then you can show it off on your resume, on your LinkedIn, and then reach out to a bunch of people. So that's one. And second one I'm going to make is going to be a Chrome extension to boost your productivity. So the Chrome extension that I'm going to build is going to be very simple, very straightforward. It will only cost about like $5 to $10, so or like 100 to 500 rupees. That is just to pay Google to have the extension being deployed on the Google Chrome store, and that extension would do like some meaningful task. So these are the two projects that I'm going to be doing that you can use in the future. Okay, so now let's just go back to the comments and try to see if anyone has any questions. Which platform should I use to apply for jobs, Mukesh? Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty much LinkedIn. Like I haven't used anything else. I use LinkedIn a lot because it's been like extremely beneficial to me. So I would suggest LinkedIn, but yeah, if you have any other experience with something else, feel free to let me know. Also, one more thing. When we talk about different platforms, I use LinkedIn for a lot of things, but there is also a very famous website called levels.fyi. So the Levels website is good for a lot of other things that you usually don't think about it. In terms of like salary negotiation, understanding what are the tech trends. Their community page is one of the best community pages that I have seen. So you can use those ones. Okay, what else is the question? How to learn logic building? I'm unable to solve questions. Um, Pretty common scenario. I Simple answer: practice. Practice as much as you can, and eventually something would click. And then you should be able to understand that what is the intent of the question, what pattern would be used, and how you can solve that problem. But that's easier said than done. More complex more complex and realistic thing to do is identify the topics. So there are about like 20 topics for DSA. For each of those 20 topics, find like somewhere between 5 to 10 questions for each of the topic, except graph and dynamic programming. For graph and dynamic programming, try to find like maybe 15 to 20 questions. And under first learn the basics, then start with the easy questions, and see that after learning the basic and easy questions, are you able to understand medium questions. And at the beginning, try to do like questions based on topic, so at least you know for sure that hey, this is the topic that I'm going to be doing, and that's it. So at least that's a hint for you. But eventually, just start picking random questions that are not from the list that you're doing, and see if you're able to find that what is going to be the solution or how does the solution works. And if you get to that, if you keep on doing that, eventually you would become better and better at identifying patterns and solving questions. Also, at some point, you would realize that, hey, the questions that I'm currently seeing, um, I was not able to solve it, but then why you were not able to solve it? That is the bigger question. So it's just like, if you want to become good at chess, first you play the game of chess, and if you lose, you go back and analyze your moves. That what move I made that created all the blunders, and then you keep on learning that how not to do that. Same thing is going to be applied with more or less lead code, because it's just pattern recognition in my opinion. So very similar to chess. So in the end, all you need to do is just make sure that you do as many questions as you can, but you are able to identify those patterns. And if you get stuck at some point, maybe give yourself 10-15 minutes. If you are still not able to solve it, at least look at the solution and then do the reverse engineering. So that's how you can eventually build a solid logical foundation. That's what I have seen. By the way, Alok is asking that how to know that I know enough for interview before it, how to judge which skill sets are important, and rest like 80-20 rule and work on 20. Like honestly, it's hard to identify that which interview is going to need what without speaking with a recruiter or a hiring manager. So what I would recommend is, always whenever you have an interview lined up, reach out to a recruiter and ask bunch of questions, that what is the exact thing that you are looking for this role. Are you looking for someone with more experience, or someone who is readily available, or someone with more experience on these technologies only, and things like that. That would give you the most clearer idea that what you should be working on. So that's number one thing. Second thing is, I would recommend that you basically um, start seeing the trend if there are enough information available online. So let's say if you are applying for like a large enough company, and you are being asked for an interview, you should be able to go online and search on bunch of different things, that what needs to be done in order for you to um, crack that interview. So that's what I would recommend. Okay, I think I see some resumes over here. So let me just first review some resumes, and then we will go through questions again. Okay. So let me just start doing that. Just give me a moment. All right. So here are the resumes. Why it's zoomed in so much? Just a second. We'll try to see how we can make the best out of it. Okay, so first let's see this. Okay. Oh, it opened way too much. Oh, okay. All right. So let's see here. What do we have? So for Shiva, okay, education, really good CGPA. I think you are still currently pursuing engineering, or you are just done with it. Technologies: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, Java, VS Code, Eclipse, PyCharm, Django, MySQL. First of all, you already have Java over here, at least Java and JavaScript. Why do you have only a framework for Django? Why not anything else? Maybe see if you can add some more details. Also, developer tools. This is like, you can leave it, but this is a very low value thing to put in as the technical skill, because anyone who knows, pretty much they have worked on some sort of IDE environment, so you must have done that. Databases, yeah, MySQL is good. See if you have also worked on like some NoSQL DB, you can also do that. Mm, Relevant coursework, data DSA, DBMS, OPS, computer network, operating systems. What I can suggest to you is, number one, yeah, having your education at the top makes sense, but we are also trying to be mindful that a resume should be at least good in terms of basically um, like ATS friendly. So what do I mean by ATS? Okay, let me just put my face somewhere over here so you guys can see my expressions. But just a second, we'll go deeper into this resume, because it's going to be like a much better case study for us to understand. Okay, just a second. Okay, cool. So, uh, number one, what I'm trying to say is we want to make the resume ATS friendly. What do I mean by ATS friendly? There are tools like application tracking system. So these tools are specifically designed to find the resumes with the best probability and best matching with the job description. Now, job description is going to be comprised of a lot of keywords. If we see anything on LinkedIn, there are like 50 to 100 keywords on any particular job application. Now, based on your background, it seems like, okay, very simple, like uh, very simple experience in terms of, because you just graduated, but you have done some meaningful coursework during your studies. So what I can suggest you is, first of all, put your key technical skills at the top section. Of course, you have an impressive resume with impressive education with 8.01 GPA. So that's why I see that you have it highlighted over here, which is good. I'm not saying nothing against the education. The only reason I'm suggesting to put technical skills at the top is so that it becomes more ATS friendly. That's number one thing. Okay. So do that. Now, in terms of your technologies, I see a lot of things that are that can be added just along the ballpark area. So if you worked on some Python, some more libraries, some more frameworks, try to see if you can add those. Java, maybe some things like Spring Boot. At least they are must have, because most of the job applications that you would see associated with Java would require some sort of framework. So see if you can add those things. Developer tools, you can leave it if you just want to have, because you have a lot of space in your resume that you can anyways just put in over here. So feel free to do that. Now, one more thing I would suggest you is, remember, like, see, this is the beginning of a resume and it looks very empty. And also the relevant coursework, if you see DSA and DBNMS, OPS, computer network, you can just put that as your technical skills as well, because they are like core technical skills that anyone should be worrying about. So try to see if you can do that. Now let's go over your projects. So college event management system, um, all-in-one solution management events, design see if you can shorten this line, because once again, I hate wasting space on a resume. So this is like a whole line just completely wasted, being wasted. Overall, this looks good. What I can suggest you is, whenever we see any project, if you put like exact matrix on what was like the cool thing that you do, that you created a college event management system that can schedule like multiple events, like hundreds of events for thousands of students at the same time, based on some sort of scalable database, and then you deployed it on college's website that other users were able to use and leverage. That looks pretty good. So see if you can find some of those key points. You do have internship experience, but it is at the very down. Why do you have that? If you already have internship experience, just put it above it somewhere, and you can call it internship. You can also call it maybe work experience. So if you call it work experience because you did work for them for some period, and you did gain some experience. So see if you can put it over here. And it looks like graphic, because you are specifically mentioning like graphic designer intern and web development developer intern, so put it over there. And you have lot of things, lot of bullet points mentioned in your projects, but no details specified in your internships. It should be like the reverse. Your relevant work experience should matter more than your college project work. So number one, technology section, technology should be above. Number two, your work experience should be the very next thing that should be coming in the sequence. Your projects can come down a little further, more information about your internships. Then let's see your achievements. So programming for everybody, getting started with Python, DS and algorithm using C++, Udemy. Uh, okay, these are good, decent. Um, but yeah, that's okay. Nothing wrong in having them. Um, and yeah, extracurricular activity. See if you have some space left, you can put these things, but overall try to make these adjustments. And I did not go over your GitHub or your LinkedIn because just I don't want to dox you, but overall it looks like you might have decent profile. Like I haven't checked them yet because I will, maybe we will do like a LinkedIn review session sometime in the future. Okay, now let's just go over this next resume. Okay, this is Mukesh. And by the way, I'm not seeing chat at the moment. So if anyone has any questions, just keep on posting that in the chat. Eventually, we will go through each one of them. Others, if you want to send your resume, there is a link on top. Let me just paste that link again. So anyone wants to paste their resumes, feel free to just upload your resume over there, and I would be looking at it eventually. So we reviewed one resume. Now let's just do another one. Okay. Okay. So Mukesh, hmm, experience technologies. Oh, you have uh, erased. Okay. Okay. So you are product engineer and you have optimized the Angular component by enhancing speed 25%. This looks pretty good actually. Um, seems like let's see that how much experience do you have. Oh, so you have only 1 year of experience, but the points you're mentioning are very good because it exactly shows that what clear improvements that you have made. So this is a uh, good detail on your work experience. This is how it should be, instead of just having mundane words. So I'm happy with this. But once again, I would like to point out that you are wasting a lot of space. So if you see over here, this is a completely like if you see all of these lines, I can just clearly see this much portion of real estate that is just completely being wasted. You can actually save like 3-4 lines over here, and then maybe you can add more stuff later down the road. So see if you can leverage that. Also, I see in your resume the technical skills are at the very bottom. Um, because it's an image, it's hard for me to scroll. But anyways, so let's first review your technical skills. Okay, so this is good. that you have mentioned over here that Java, C, all the languages that you're familiar with, along with the framework. So Spring Boot, Angular, React, Bootstrap. Tools are okay. Git is important. ADO is good. DevOps is good. Okay, VS Code, IntelliJ, that's fine. Database is SQL, SQL Server, PostgreSQL. So overall core relational database. Uh, Core expertise, DSAOPS, system design, SDLC, Agile, and additional debugging and testing. So yeah, your technical skills looks good. Looks like pretty popular for like a core Java based backend developer. So see if you can find a way to maybe add some work with the DevOps. I do see Azure DevOps over here, so I presume that you have worked on some sort of DevOps. Maybe see if you have worked on Jenkins or automated pipeline or end-to-end CI/CD, because they are very much high in demand. So you might have some understanding. Plus, I see Docker. So if you have experience with Kubernetes or services like AKS, you can also put it over there over here because they are once again very much popular. And this technical skills section should be at the top of your resume just because of better keyword searching. So any system that is going through or scanning your resume, it is more likely to find those keywords earlier or at the beginning. Yeah, this is good. Your education is at the very last because once again, yeah, again, you have impressive resume with 8.6 GPA, but more or less, still, I would say, yeah, other stuff are more important, and that's what I see over here. Okay, let's see your project. So bookstore application, Angular. Oh, and this is also a good thing that you have mentioned, specify your project, and you also specified that what technologies you have worked during those projects. So yeah, so overall, all in all, I don't see much issue with your resume. The only suggestions I have is um, that put your technical skills at the top. Uh, See if you can put more technical skills because you already have work experience, so you should be able to leverage that. And overall, pretty decent resume in my opinion. I haven't checked any of your. I can't see any of your top things like what does. But I presume that you have everything sorted, like your GitHub, your LinkedIn, your email address, and your phone number. Let's review Pranshu. Why do you have like class 12th and class 10th result? Yeah, even if you get like 83%, 94%, it looks good for your parents if they wants to brag out in front of your cousins, but please don't have them on a resume. It does not make much difference um, from the point of view of interviewer. So it's just wasting some precious real estate. And your education should be at the very low if you can. Also summary section, it's good, but you could have just added maybe like a technical skills and then specified data visualization, analytics, and machine learning, that you have like a foundational knowledge or technical skills in that regard. So try to see if you can maybe in a single line, if you can try to fit in, if you want to put it, and don't call it summary, just shove it up somewhere else where you are talking about yourself in the resume. But apart from that, yeah, just make sure that you don't waste so much space, and you try to shorten this. Also remove 12th and 10th result. Project, stock market prediction, Python. This is good that you have specified technology once again with your associated project. um, Overall, this your project section looks decent, I wouldn't lie, so that's good. Let's see, certificate, you have data analyst with Python. Free code camp, free code camp is, oh, did you receive a certificate from that, or is it just a YouTube course? I'm not able to click on the link. I think even though it's a PDF, let me check through web. What kind of certificate do you have? Just a second. Oh yeah, you do actually have a certificate from Free Code Camp. So you did one of their courses. That's good. IBM data science specialization. This is also good. Python for data science, AI, and database data science visualization, data analysis with Python, machine learning. Um, why do you have so many just Python related keywords over here? Capstone project. Is this, why is this under the certificate section? I'm not able to understand this. So if you see over here, under the certificates, you have this line, but it looks like it should be one of your projects or your technical skills. So I don't know why you have it over here. See if you maybe some error in terms of syntax. Technical skills, Python, Java, MySQL, HTML, CSS looks good. Framework, Pandas, NumPy, Metabolic, and Visual Studio. Okay. Yeah, your resume needs a lot of work, to be honest, Pranshu. So make sure that you incorporate all of these, and your technical skills, try to see if you can put it somewhere above. Education maybe can come down. Get rid of the summary section. Your project looks fine. Certificates also looks good. And I presume that the section that you have blanked out, maybe you have your portfolio over here or something. So if that's the case, like your portfolio and your LinkedIn profile, then it's good. Okay. Whoa. We already reviewed Mukesh. Okay, let's review. What's happening? Okay. IIT Madras. Wow, this is impressive. If I if you have IIT Madras, yeah, it makes sense to put it at top. Relevant coursework, mathematics, statistics, Python, programming, modern application, DBMS, Java, planning, DSA. Okay. I would still prefer you would put technical skills above, just only for ATS. But have IIT Madras or in your education at the very first line on your LinkedIn. So remember, you know that on the LinkedIn we have the headline that anyone should be able to see. So just in your headline put IITN. I am not able to see your headline on your LinkedIn, but I presume that you have it over here because you want to leverage that sweet IIT swag as much as you can, and even you have like 9.19 CGPA at from IIT Madras, so that's pretty impressive. Okay, let's see. Python, JavaScript, Java, SQL, HTML, framework, cloud tools, ADF, Databricks, data lake. Try to see if you can mention data lakehouse pattern as well, because that's pretty common. A lot of places use that. Also, when you talk about like Azure Data Factory and Databricks, see if you can try to outline that how does the ML ops and AI ops works as well, because that is really hot in the technology right now. And I do see the data lakehouse pattern that you worked over here, that on your data engineering project for the NYC taxi data, the ADF pipeline is there, data factory is there, it creates delta table. Yeah, so it's pretty much data lakehouse pattern. You already have that. Just mention it over here. It's good that you have provided GitHub link for each one of them, so anyone wants to see that, they should be able to see it. And all the projects that you have seems pretty impressive, like these are scalable projects, so everyone should be looking for. Now I have one question slash concern for Karam. Like, you seem to have an impressive education. I know it's still ongoing, looks like you are in your second or third year. So, if you have chance to do any sort of like internships or something, if you have, make sure to put it above your projects. So currently you are still a student, so that's fine. But overall, this looks pretty good. Household service application, multi-user platform, household service request and management, developer role based access. Okay, so RBAC with admin, service principal, and custom role, RESTful APIs using Flask, secure authentication and access control, integrated Redis. So you have, okay, so if you already have Redis and cache control experience, you could have mentioned these in your skills as well. So even in your technical skills, you mentioned cloud tools, and but in your other technologies, just mention all of these as well. So you can put down Redis, Bootstrap, Flask, and all of these technologies as well. I don't know if, since you already worked them on your projects, just shove it up in your skills section. So it becomes helpful. And then your real-time chat application, feature rich chat platform with real-time messaging and modern UI, authentication using JWT, secure socket, um manage global application state. Okay, so you worked on the MERN stack. Yeah, so again, these are decent projects. I wouldn't lie, they're actually pretty good. So if anyone is struggling with finding projects, maybe they can also leverage something similar to this. It looks like a really good program, and your resume overall, even if you are in the second year of your education, I must say it's a very good resume. Now speaking about certifications, diploma in programming. Okay, this is from your college, and then AI fundamental. So I think it's AI 900, right? So you can mention credential ID, that's good, but you also try to see in the bracket, just mention AI 900, because many times ATS tools, they would scan through that. So this is good. Yes, overall, it's a very good resume in my opinion. Just needs some curation, but also since you are in your second year of studies, I think there are a lot more things that would be added into this. So all the extra space that you currently have, try to see if you can find ways to fill it up now, or at least by the end of your studies. And I'm pretty sure, since you are an IITian, you are going to be getting some internship at some point in your education journey. So make sure to use that or leverage that. Okay, let's just do a quick look. Oh, Lokesh, I'm not reviewing your resume, Lokesh, because it is your phone number. So see if you can remove that. So see over here, like Harshit, like he has removed everything like this. So I would recommend that whoever this resume number 2 is, please remove your personal information. I'm going to delete this resume for now. So if you want, you can just go ahead and re-upload. I don't want to dox anyone. So that's why, just get rid of your phone number. I think it's Lokesh P who uploaded. Okay, now let me just quickly take a look at the chat. Okay. Mm, let's see. Just a second. Pam, 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 pam. Folks, just a second. I'm just trying to fix everything for once and have like separate views for my like normal conversation that I do, and the video chat that I'm planning to make. So let me just fix everything for now on my OBS. I think this looks good. Okay, I have created a duplicate. Let's just remove live chat from here, text from here, live sub can stay, and I want to minimize my face. Okay, let me minimize my face and then enable the resumes, and live subscriber count can also be hidden over here. Okay. Oh, now let me zoom this one in. Okay, and put my face above. Just a second, folks. I know I should have done this before. um it's just never thought of doing this. Anyways, mm, all right, where were we? Okay, let's just do Harshit. This looks like back in the day we used to have like AI triple or like IEEE or triple IE standard of publishing anything. I think this looks very similar to that. I know this is one of the standards being suggested or one of the templates, but this looks awfully weird. Maybe try to have like a line in between, so it's easier to distinguish between the two sections. Otherwise, just try to see if you can go chronological. Now let's just go over one by one. So first we have your experience, network engineering internship at Adya System and Services, Bangalore as network intern, worked upon access point firewall. So you have a couple of internship. Then you have a project with license plate recognition, drowsiness detection certificates, achievements. You have done your coursework with these technologies. You have the skills: SQL, NoSQL, Java, C++, Python, OOPs, AIML, Selenium, Linux, Node.js, MySQL, MongoDB. Siddhi Computer College. This is the CGPA. This is the CGPA. Number one, I think you need to rework on the way you lay out. So this layout is, to be honest, it looks very confusing. It is not easier to read and go through it. It seems challenging. Also, if you see, you have some good in couple of internship experiences, but the things that you just put it over here, I think it's only because of the structure you have. You all the things that you mentioned over here, you haven't mentioned it in bullet points and with appropriate knowledge. What I would suggest you is create a normal, like horizontal template that we have seen other resumes. Go through it. First of all, specify either your technical skills or your experience. Either one is good because you have both. Now in your skills, I do see like SQL, NoSQL, and Java and C++ and Python and OOPs. See maybe if you can add some framework, maybe see if you can add some more details. So I see some framework with Selenium, so that's a like a QA based framework, but I don't see anything with Python or Java. So see if you can find a way to add that. Yeah, so more or less do that. I think you need to make some changes. Hope you can do it. And in terms of, okay, won the first place in AI versus man coding competition. Pretty good, congratulations. And participated in the football C division. Uh, yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, yeah, man, your resume needs some revamp. So hope you can find some important updates. Now I'm going to quickly go over all the rest of the resumes because I want to get to sleep. It's been almost like 1:33 a.m. Oh. You can't review your resume. You have your personal details being shown over here. So please see if you can find a way. Think I think that sums up all the resumes. I don't think we yeah, Tanish, I think we did not review yours. Okay, so you have your internship at virtual lab, and then you have your projects. Everything should not be implemented, and then added, and then design. I think it looks like there are more words in English dictionary. So see if you can find like some other way to rephrase this instead of just using this one single word. Or is maybe if it's like a personal challenge that you're doing for yourself, that I'm only going to start my sentence with just one word and then keep on doing it for the whole section, then kudos to you. But apart from that, yeah, this does not look good. And then you have, okay, internship, you have your projects, and then you have your skills, and then you have your education. It's good it's good that your education is at the very end, and you have some experience, so you put it at the top. Maybe try to put your skills at the top as well, or just after your experience. And yeah, you need to change a lot of things, man. I'm going to be very honest. So hope you do that. All right, let's just go back to our normal discussion. Okay, now let's just quickly go through chat because I'm trying to end the stream. So let me see if there are any questions that I can answer. Sir, what is the expected salary package and for a QA technician in Amazon? Will it be good position according to growth? Man, anything in the Amazon is going to be good for your growth because it's going to look great on your resume. The only problem is the moment you start working on Amazon, it's a very tough environment to survive. So there are pros and cons. It's like good money involved, looks great on your resume. Even if you do like maybe 2 years at Amazon, it's equivalent to like 5 years at other companies. So it would be definitely a good choice. Is it possible to crack FAANG company in 6 months preparation? What is the roadmap? Of course, it's possible to prepare to crack FAANG company in 6 months. The roadmap is you should be exceptional with DSA. So try to do maybe neat code 150 list. That's a good starting point. And then depending on your personal choice, you can do more or less questions. That takes care of DSA. Then you need to worry about system design. So for system design, you should be aware about all the basic concepts. Then you should also be aware about how like overall any typical complex distributed system works, and have at least do like 15 to 20 popular problems like design chat application, design e-commerce platform, design design Netflix, design Zoom. Also be prepared for like those smaller uh, questions. So that is things like, let's say if I have to design a real time commenting system below YouTube, how would I do that? So that's like a sub feature of YouTube. But now if you have to discuss 45 minutes on that, what are all the considerations that you would make? So be prepared to answer those questions if you want to prepare FAANGs in 6 months. And then it's your behavioral interviews. So what are the stories, what are the experiences you have faced, how would you do that? Now any single typical FAANG company do between somewhere between like 5 to 8 interviews. So you need to have extreme perseverance and be able to shine in each one of them, and the hiring bar keeps on getting more and more difficult. So be prepared for that. What should I try to improve my employment chances? I'm currently on ML grind. Can you suggest me some resources? I think ML grind is good, but at the same time, try to see if you can get ways of making more interviews. I think that is one of the key that people generally tend to overlook. Yeah, you get so busy in improving your technical skills and your know-how, and believe me, they are necessary. But at the same time, you should also be reaching out to your seniors, your people that you know known or worked with, and see if you can create those opportunities for interviews, because that is going to be a tough part. So make sure to do that. I was studying about microservices. I came across database per service pattern. I'm not able to understand how does we have keys works in this. Can you explain if you know? So the thing is, this typically works, and it's a complex problem. We can solve it basically using some examples. So I have started doing the system design series. I'm going slower because I'm always running out of time. So eventually I would get to this problem and be able to solve it. But if you want immediate solution, I would suggest asking AI and then doing some of your own research, because explaining this on a live stream is going to be much more complicated. So let's just stay focused on the career questions for now. Um, yeah. Yeah, Alok. So I'm going to be creating those two questions that I mentioned, those two projects. One would be this weekend, so that is going to be like the $60 one project that I'm doing, and second one would be sometime next week. That is the Chrome extension that I'm building. So the $60 project, because it's a hardware thing, I can only do it on the weekend because I need some dedicated time, and this weekend seems pretty free. So I will try to complete that whole setup assembly, build it, see some working prototype, and then record it and upload it on YouTube. So let me know, how do you want me to do it? Do you want to see like full maybe 2 or 3 hour entire process in one video? That's option one. Option two, I can create like a 10-minute video explaining all the steps, and then have all the steps, like all the files being documented somewhere. So let me know what you want to see, and I can create the video like that for the IoT device that I'm going to be building. Sir, my LinkedIn sucks because I have no experience. How to improve that? And currently you just have your DP and background photo. That's fine, man. Everyone goes through that, and everyone has to start at some point. I would recommend just start working on some cool projects, or at least I know a person who daily puts like his own progress. So whether he's doing some DSA or whether he's doing system design or whatever he's learning, he keeps on posting that, and that way he's building his own positive profile on LinkedIn. So see if you can do it that way. If your LinkedIn sucks and you don't have much to show, then work on something and then start showing it off. That's the only way. Um, how do I approach opportunities for SDE? Okay, my resume was the IITM one. How can I get data engineering internships as I'm interested in that field? Okay, so Iftikhar, you already have a pretty good resume, right? Pretty good career ahead of you based on your education that you have. You can leverage that to the max. So why don't you reach out to your seniors? Because I'm pretty sure that your seniors are working in some of the top tier companies in the world right now. So they would be more than happy to give you referral for the internship, and then it would doors would open up for you since you are from IIT Madras. So leverage your education that you have. Most of the people are not privileged with that. So you did your hard work in 10th and 12th, and then you are getting reward from it. Now I know IITs are not doing well in terms of placements, and they have there are own problems associated with that. But with the data engineering, your project seems good. Keep on doing more projects like that, but at the same time start reaching out to your seniors and securing those internships. Okay, Sambagi Chantel Babu, Sambagi Babu is saying, okay, let me see if there is a new resume for me to review. I'll just quickly review it. Okay, okay, yeah, I do see a resume. Let me just quickly share my screen. Okay, education. I mean, BTech is good. Intermediate, I think you can avoid it. C, C++, Python. This pretty much looks like a data driven skill set, mostly backend and data driven, right? So if you worked on or worked with Databricks, I think it would be a really good one to add it over here, like Databricks, Data Factory, data pipelines, maybe some other data analysis tools. So you already have like machine learning and deep learning. If you have some neural network experience, you can also mention that. If you have Gen AI, anything to do with that, these are like really cool buzzwords to have in your resume if you have that relevant experience, because they are very much in demand right now. You call it AI hype, call it whatever, the chat GPT effect, but see if you can leverage that. Also, uh, skills section, I would say like you could have put combined HTML, CSS, JavaScript with C, C++, Python. No need to create like two separate lines for that. Database, you could have just mentioned like data and tools instead of like data analysis. So and then just put SQL over here. Um, Visualization, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, OPDSA, machine learning, deep learning. Okay, this is all good. Framework, this is all good. So this looks fine. Next, word prediction using deep learning and NLP. These are some really good project, especially this one, because this is basically what ChatGPT is. So churn prediction model. See if you can try to incorporate some, like, your projects are good. For your projects, all the information you have, see if you can put them in bullet points or something so they become more readable with line by line. Oh, I thought you had team lead experience, and then, but it's you led a cricket team. Put it in the achievements. Your, instead of calling this experience, looks misleading. And you see, for the beginning phases, all of this information can be just comprised in one single line with your all the details, all the relevant details, like you have seen in many other resume templates. So save some space over here. And for your education, remove the 12th standard. For your skills, see if you can save some space over here, and then all the space that you are saving from these places, uh, create specific bullet points for the projects. For each of them, see if you can add some more details and some more popular keywords. And since you are interested in data driven jobs and all, also your projects, see if you can add more skills along that place. So I see machine learning, maybe AI would be a good place, gen AI ops, ML ops, different tools associated with AI and things like that. So leverage that. Also, data lake house. How would you store the data, cleaning up the data, so data curation, data visualization. These would be good keywords to add along the same lines. Yeah, so that would be my suggestion. Mm, all right, all right, folks. Let me see if I missed some chats, and then we will wrap this up. You're done 400 plus problems. Watching your videos still yet to do internship. I'm in third year right now. Anyways, please, sir, please start Spring Boot with one solid project. How to, I mean, for Spring Boot, there are like hundreds of projects available on YouTube and on many other resources. So it's just some, and it's not about like doing a Spring Boot based project. It's about doing a project with Spring Boot. So the key that you should be finding is what is that killer project that I want to do, and then you can pick and choose that let me do it with Spring Boot or let me do it with .NET or any other 10 different frameworks that are available. So as Steve Jobs used to say, a great product starts with what you are building instead of like with what you are building. So first find what you are building, and then you can decide on your projects, like with which whatever thing you want to build it. I have 2 years of career gap. Worked in a firm for 1 year of experience, job starting DSA video. Solve 91 questions. Is there any hope? I've been interested in DevOps. Vibhu Mathur. I think there is, of course, there's hope. Like, yeah. So what, you have 2 years of career gap, just make sure that justify that career gap, and are you able to get interviews with that. If you are able to get interviews, then you need to work upon how you can start conveying that message and convincing them that despite having career gap, you haven't lost the edge. So then it's only a matter of convincing them with like maybe 1 or 2 minute story saying that hey, despite even though I have this career gap, I did this, and I have been keeping up to date with the current technology by doing this. And that's why, despite having career gap, I don't think it should be like that much of a concern. So yeah, just see if you can convince that, I think it would be really good. Okay, I will create a 10-minute video with all the steps. 400. How to check ATS scores and best tools for ATS. To be honest, like there are a lot of free tools available. Just do a quick Google search, and I think that should be pretty much all you need to know. Did I review Adarsh resume? Let me check. This is the last resume I would be reviewing. So okay, Adarsh, I'm reviewing a resume, but you shouldn't have put your personal phone number over here. I don't like to dox people. And again, yeah, I know maybe someone would have recommended you this format. This is not a good format for a resume. Just try to keep it in a simpler format, it's easier to read, and anyways your resumes are going to be scrutinized by ATS system first before it comes to a human to look at it. So yeah, I know, I can see that you have put a lot of effort in creating this resume, but just make sure that you try to create like a simpler version of the resume. Okay. So you have your education, um, like your class 12th and class 10th. I don't think that matters that much, so if you can get rid of it, I think it should be fine. Skills: Java, C, Spring Boot, React, HTML, CSS, MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, data analyst, visualization, world affairs and tech, AI and ML. Get rid of world affairs, man. You can, why you are using the space, especially in your skill section, to affiliate with something that is like non-technical related. You could have said maybe somewhere else, maybe like in down, that hey, you are very much interested in world affairs, and you like to stay up to date on what's happening in with different geopolitical powers in the world, like why Russia is attacking Ukraine, or why Ukraine is moving away from minerals deal and things like that. If I wanted to discuss these things, I would do it even at the very end of my interview as well. So please, uh, this is not like not needed. Reading, adaptable, teamwork, problem solving, introspection. Okay. Change the format and then see if you have space. Then try to add these soft skills. Okay. Now, Java programming. Java programming, great learning. Akshay Sani, transform your life. Dhruv Rathi. These are like, I think, the online courses that you did. I would, if I were you, I would refrain from using like the people's name. Instead, I would just post what is the certificate that I received. So, yeah, let's see your projects. This is good thing that all the projects that you have specified the tech stack associated with this, and you have highlighted the core important information. So, overall, this looks good. So, do that. I think your project section is the best in your resume. And Aurora, sir, you can. I don't think you need to put that. Positions a co-founder, market research, team building, business. Like if you have some position or work experience, that too as a co-founder, I think there should be like lot more information over here, because I would be interested to know that what have you co-founded, and how it is helping you, and what have you learned from it. So see if you can put more information over here. If you want to have some space, maybe you can get rid of this soft skills place. You can also get rid of all the names that you have mentioned over here. Change your format. Overall, this looks very eye pleasing because you are using like different fonts, and then some things are bolded and some things are not, and you have specified all the important information, so that's good. But more or less, more work needs to be done with this. Yeah, I hope that was my honest reaction. So I hope you found it useful. Shahab is saying that, sir, can I put projects in my resume which I have built from YouTube? Of course, you can put projects that even if you build it from YouTube tutorial. So what? You build it on your own. So you learned it. Why wouldn't you put it on your resume? Anyways, folks, I think that's all from my side. Um, I would be ending the stream. It's pretty late. I just have one quick announcement to make. So we would be doing like multiple live streams like this moving onwards. Now at some point, because my time is very much limited. I'm doing it at 1 a.m. and ending it at 2 a.m. and I have work to do tomorrow, so it's going to be like a crazy busy day for me. And that's why I have decided to create like a membership only live stream schedule where I'm going to be doing like 3 live streams a week, but it would be a members only. And the reason it's members only, so that I can put more emphasis on each of the questions and go over all the topics associated with resume reviews, DSA preparation, system design preparation, behavioral interview preparation, and like how to basically build better LinkedIn profile and go through each one of these steps. Now, that does not mean that I would be stop posting the stuff on my YouTube channel, mostly through the videos. But if you want to be part of it, and if you have financial means, again, this is a big condition. If you have financial means, then only see if you can become member. um, Eventually, maybe after like 1 or 2 weeks, I would stop doing these public live streams and it would be mainly for members only, so I can put more emphasis on people who needs that assistance immediately. So I hope you can understand. And meanwhile, I'm done for now. So I would be ending the stream, and I would be posting those videos later on, like the cool personal project ones. So hope you can enjoy them. Okay, till then, take care.